So we're just waiting word from tech that they are ready on their end, but we'll get this kicked off.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little loud, but... Oh, the game.
We'll try it again.
We'll find out. Don't worry about it. It wasn't unbearable. No worries. Let me know when I'm live. Oh, I've been live? Okay. Well, hello everyone online. I am Dwango AC, keeper of TASBot. This is TyKevin83, my right-hand man. We are going to show you some amazing Super Mario Brothers runs, Super Mario World runs, Super Mario 64 runs. The theme of this is Mario TASes through time. And I gotta tell you, there's some really fun stuff that you're gonna see here. We have, the first run here is NES Super Mario Brothers Warps in 4 minutes and 57 seconds by Happily. This run was made back in 2011, and it has not been improved since, which is kind of incredible. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, the search space for finding perfect inputs on really old consoles like this is pretty small compared to even an SNES or an N64 game. So it's very difficult to improve only a 5-minute run where you have only so many inputs to work with.
One thing I should note is this is a completely unmodified Nintendo, other than we are passively grabbing the RGB video data, just analog signals that we're passively sniffing. So you will see the image on this looks absolutely fantastic, which I'm very happy with. Also credit to the folks here on the tech team for having a fully updated retro tank. Pretty impressed with that little guy. So we call this game, this run, perfect because since 2011 there has not been enough of an improvement to create a new TAS. There have been one-frame improvements in various different places, a frame here, a frame there, but there's a 21-frame rule in Super Mario Bros. 1 that we have not been able to overcome.
Yep, that's the classic problem where the bus for a new frame rule only comes every so often. So even if you save one frame, you might not result in a slower or faster overall time unless you catch that 20-frame faster bus.
The bus reference is a long-standing reference.
It's not a TASBot showing unless you reference the bus coming every 20 frames.
So you're at a bus stop. The bus only comes every 21 frames. So these runs are incredibly tight. I'm kind of impressed exactly how insanely tight Happily got these. We don't believe that at the moment there is any improvements that can be made unless there are new discoveries made. Yeah. So that pushed him over to the right just a little bit. That allowed him to hit the vine and then go down this pipe, which triggered the vine instead of the pipe. It can only have one of those entities on screen at a time. So we're already in World 8.
And Dwango, which runs has Happily improved since this TAS? I know that he's done runs with more of the game's content since the 2011 TAS.
Oh, goodness. I believe he did the all levels for certain. Isn't there a bizarre one that's collecting all coins?
All coins or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's done several ones. But this has remained untouched, so...
Yep. So there's a lot of different categories like that you can get interested in working on if you're interested in the TASing scene or the TASBot scene.
So I am the senior ambassador for TAS Videos. TyKevin83 is also an ambassador here at TAS Videos. You can go to tasvideos.org for our brand new website that now supports HTTPS. Thank you, guys. You can find this tool-assisted speedrun amongst a bunch of other ones, as well as some game resources for Super Mario Bros. 1 and a bunch of other games. So if you want to get some detailed information about how some of the glitches that you've seen in this game work, definitely head on over there. We're not going to be able to do justice to all of the glitches you will see today. Frankly, I can't talk that fast.
Yes.
And trust me, I have tried.
Even for a game like when I do Backyard Baseball, I can't get all the glitches talked about in 5 minutes there. These are way more thoroughly researched and way more complex games.
Watch this.
Oh.
That never fails to amuse me. That is an amazing flagpole glitch that has been done by humans, but not something you can usually string together in a single run.
Talking about the TAS Videos website, we also launched it with a new dark mode. So if you guys are fans of dark mode websites,
Fan of a dark mode website.
check that out. It's also automatic based on your system settings.
So this flagpole, there's no way to do the flagpole glitch. He has to walk in. If there was a way to change that, trust me, people would.
And we haven't done a showing of TASBot since the new TAS Video site came out, have we?
No, we haven't. Man, this music strikes fear into my childhood heart. That's disgusting. I know that humans can do most of these. There's a really good Summoning Salt video on how close humans are getting one segment at a time in matching the strategies developed by Happily. And that's one of the things that I think is so fascinating about tool-assisted speedruns is the glitches that are found when making a task are often incorporated into human real-time run attempts. And the fact that humans are so close is insane. And here we go. There went Bowser, and that was it. So that was Super Mario Bros. 1. Now, Tech Team, you gotta get ready quick because we're headed to Super Mario Bros. 2 Warp's Princess Only in 8 minutes and 20 seconds by MTV F1 Chatterbox and Chatterbox. This one is from 2018. It's one of my favorite runs. It's just really, oops, I killed his eyes. Let me put those back. It's just a really clean run. You'll see what I mean by that. Here we go, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, Dwango, I do have a question here. So we have both plugs into Player 1 and Player 2 on that console. What is the Player 2 port here for?
Well, if I had been able to do what I wanted to do, Player 2 port would be used for the other Super Mario Bros. 2 tasks I was going to show you, but it will definitely be shown, or be used in the next run I'm going to show you for Super Mario Bros. 3. So bear with me, I'll explain what the controller port 2 is for at that time. This run is only actually using port 1 at the moment.
And the way that they picked up this POW block, the frame that you exit a door, you're able to pick up multiple copies of blocks that you normally wouldn't have. So when this POW is thrown, there's still secret things held by the character.
Which allow you to do that. And yes. I wish I could do that. So, this is a glitch that allows you to go much faster than you normally would be able to, and even continue using it. This location sets up... Well, yeah, that. The number of warps in this game can be kind of confusing. So this is the Princess Run. There are many other categories for Super Mario Bros. 2, but I happen to really like this one. Okay, that's just showing off. I thought it was a little bit of swag that already lower down and going right into the... Yeah, just perfectly aligned right there.
And who made this task, Dwango?
This one is made by, or was made by MTV F1 and Chatterbox back in 2018.
It's a pretty recent task relative to the last one we showed.
Yes. There were many earlier attempts at this, but this one came out really good. The reason I chose the Princess Run, there are faster completions of Super Mario Bros. 2, but I really like the mechanics of... Because the Princess had this floating mechanic that was nice, but she was also kind of slow. So the speed that they're able to achieve is kind of amusing to me. So as a kid, I only had the ability to borrow this particular game. I had Mario 1 and 3, but I didn't have a copy of Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, that was so clean. So when I did have a chance to borrow this game, I always remember it being so weird and so different than other Nintendo games. Okay, there was a zip. You're gonna see that happen again. Oh gosh.
And the RTA runs of this usually use the princess character, correct?
No, I'm not sure they always do.
Not always anymore?
She does have that magical float ability, which does help. And we're already in World 6. This is a warps run. I never did manage that technique. I always just ran right into them. Okay. Yeah, I never feel good about myself when I watch these. That is one thing I should bring up. We never want to compare human effort versus what can be done in a tool-assisted speedrun. Okay, there's going to be some glitches here. If you dig right next to an enemy, you can skip a layer.
Exactly.
Which you saw right there. And then perfect jump out of here. This mask guy really wanted his key back. A lot of times the glitches that are found when making these tool-assisted speedruns are reused in real-time runs. Okay, you're supposed to wait for the carpet, but because we have the princess and this is a TAS, you can just, you know, do this. I haven't managed that on my own.
That's when you got a second. I have a couple donations to read out. Let me
Go
know
it's a good time for it.
It is a good time?
Yep.
All right. We've got 2 donations I announced earlier to those of us who are here at MAGFest, but those on stream did not get to hear, and I want to make sure everyone gets credit for their donations. For $50, Tuna for Luna, To the Moon was their message, and then Tuna number 4 Luna, $15. Thank you so much for your contribution. Back to TASBot.
And yes, what you just saw was them using the potion to jump off of and get up and over without having to go any farther to the right.
Yeah, the TAS is really fond of juggling those items, hitting the bosses repeatedly.
Took damage to save time. It's actually a pretty common thing in tool-assisted speedruns. As long as you get through the game, who cares if you took damage? So we are now in World 7-1. And watch for these zips. You're going to see the ladders, every time there's a ladder, you're going to see really, really strange things. Alright. Grabbing the ladder at the very top. Now, right here, you should see a zip. Right there.
Yep.
And
see
there.
more clearly there.
Yep.
And that's it abusing the up plus down mechanics, correct?
I believe so, yes.
So in the original NES controller, it would of course be impossible to both press the up button and the down button at the same
Oh,
time.
you say impossible. I had one I played so much, it was possible.
But the TAS, of course, doesn't care what the shape of the controller pad is. It can just send both signals at the same time.
Without having played way too many hours to admit. If I pushed just hard enough, I could push both at the same time.
Or if you get a third-party controller where the buttons are all separate. But...
Yeah. That was also a common strategy. Yeah, that happened.
But no, for instance, GBI for the Game Boy player, it actually it'll filter out that happening to mimic the behavior of the original controller.
Yeah, and that can be a real pain. Super Game Boy did the same thing. It would filter out left and right, up and down at the same time. Oh, this bird. That was such a troll when I played this the first time. Okay, we're going to finish the game by throwing vegetables, because apparently this game is all about being an angry child having a dream that doesn't want to eat their vegetables for dinner. Some of the moving off screen might be for lag reduction purposes. I didn't actually check the notes on that, but you'll often see various strategies to remove lag, and that was the final battle. But the time isn't over until the cork comes out of the bottle. And time. Okay, there we go. Tech crew, I hope you are fast, because the next one up is going to be Super Mario Bros. 3 Warps in 10 minutes and 24 seconds by Lord Tom, Maru, and Tampa. This run was made in 2019 and is truly one of the more interesting runs. Let's see, am I in the right directory? Oh, I'm in the wrong directory. I did it again. There we go. All right, and we're going to run this in 3, 2, 1, go.
So for a little behind the scenes, what Dwango means when he's in the wrong directory is he has to run a script on his computer that sends the inputs to the controller ports of the console. So that script that he has to find on his computer is what he's doing between each run.
This mechanic, you're seeing a lot of P-speed preservation that Lord Tom put a lot of effort into. Tampa as well. A ton of people actually contributed to this over time. Really quick on the topic of TASBot's wiring here. TASBot has a Raspberry Pi 02 in his head. Pi 02 in his head. He has a USB cable coming out going to a TASTM32 replay device made by Onosaurus. If you would like to get your own, you're going to have to wait, because there's a shortage of STM32 chips worldwide. Supply chain issues. But head on over to shop.tas.bot and you'll see there is a page for those. Once they are available, you too can get your own replay device, and if you have a console at home and the ability to get some cables plugged into it, you too can play these on your own console at home. Alright, this is always one that makes me disgusted, because he falls down through the white on the very last pixel as he runs off the platform. I am using my laptop to wirelessly connect to TASBot, but TASBot is completely self-contained. He is connected to the console, and there's nothing else but TASBot and the replay device in the middle, the TASTM32, and it's powered off of the battery in TASBot's base. Note how I phrased that. Okay, so this is a warps run, so we just picked up both warp whistles. You'll note that Hammer Brothers only moved one space. We wanted that to happen. If he walks more, it takes more time. Just ask Mitch Flower Power how annoying that is. Because this is a tool-assisted speedrun, we are able to do some interesting things. The unique aspect of a lot of these older video game consoles is the only source of entropy, the only source of randomness, was player input. There was no real-time clock or anything else, so the only way to seed a pseudo-random number generator was to use player input. Since we control player input, we can make the random number generator always do the same thing every single time. So the pseudo-random number generator is seeded for player input. We always give it the same input, we always get the same result. And that's
another really fun thing you're seeing here is score manipulation, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
so
to manipulate the final digits.
Yeah, the final digits of the score end up having some very specific issues with slowdowns while it's trying to do math and count down at the end of the level.
I believe because of binary coded decimal computations.
Yep.
It will actually add lag frames if you have the wrong types of numbers or wrong total addition of the score.
Yep, so it's not just swag, it's also saving time getting all of these extra points.
Yes. So we currently have 57 lives. I think that's enough. I mean, when I was a kid, it was not always enough. You'll also hear the rather unusual one-up sounds every once in a while. Those are added to the task deliberately. It is a known, I wouldn't call it a glitch, but a known effect that can happen.
Is it from overloading too many sound effects at the same time?
I don't remember the exact mechanics of the glitch.
So now we have some similar things in Pokemon where if we get too many sound effects that happen at the same time, you can get really weird copies of the sound effects.
Yeah, and what you just saw there was pushing Mario to the right as far as possible.
Tass, I got a donation to read out for you, if that's okay.
Yep.
We have one donation with a special shout out to Tass. we have got, which by the way, Tess, the incentive for your bonus run has been completed, in case you didn't know. And Coder Only donated $20 saying, I, for one, welcome my new TASBot overlord.
Oh, hey man, I'm so glad to see you. Okay, right there, he was running on the head of that wrench dude. Thank you so much for that contribution, by the way. They are an amazing person in our community. Helped out with the task giving run marathon we did of our own. So lots of good folks in the TASBot community. If you don't mind me shilling a little bit, we have amazing people in the TASBot Discord server, and if you want to be involved, head on over to discord.tas.bot or just look for the TASBot community server. We are a TASBot lab. Love to have you there. It's a wonderful community of folks. And Coder Wilson is also part of that. So, still haven't got 99 lives. Oh, man, didn't get that chain. But you can see we got pushed over to the right again. That allows Mario to get down this pipe. Taking
as
the bomb
soon as
with
it
him.
shows up. Yep.
And there it is. So Mario has 94 lives, but that's not enough. Now, Mitch Flower Power will tell you, the next section is nail-biting, because you do all this hard work and get here, and then no hands.
Hands in it.
He always gets hands every time. They destroy his records, but we have the ability to avoid those. Because we can control player, the RNG at least somewhat, we can influence what happens. We can make sure that the button presses prior to that point ensure that the hands don't grab us at any point. Or vice versa, if it's literally everything, you have to get everything 100% completion, and the hands are included in that, then you could also force it to always give you the hands, but you know.
And Twinkle, remind me who made this run we're watching again here.
Just to throw it out there again, this one was made by Total, Maru... No, I'm sorry. That was the... you didn't hear me say that. That's later. Lord Tom, Maru, and Tampa did this one in 2019. This is the Super Mario Bros. 3 Warps in 10 minutes and 24 seconds.
Very fun. And you can see that accelerated speed as he slides down the ledge there.
Yep, gives you a little bit of a speed boost. This is just an interesting level in the midst of all of the level 8 chaos, but I like how clean this is. It's a simple level, but the task just destroys it.
Yep. And manipulating to get a different thing than a flower there so we don't get any special effects at the end.
Okay, watch carefully what happens with fireball management here. So he's got 2 fireballs in play. And yeah, they happen almost too quickly. You can actually outrun your fireballs when you're at full P speed, so there's some challenges there. But if you fire them soon enough, you can do that. Alright, this one had a major new discovery in 2019 that allowed the improvement of this run. Prior to this point, they always used the technique of getting to the final boss in a different way. But so we got the star here. Went out of our way to go there. Used that. Now, still have the star, which means you can hit those spikes, which means you don't have to wait. It saved a substantial amount of time over the previous technique of waiting for it to advance you past the spikes. So this is the last of the airships. You'll note we still have 95 lives, so there's some room for improvement. We'll see how that plays out here. And of course, no tail to help you, so you got to do it the hard way. Can't float through the air. 97. Almost there. No matter how many times I play this game, I gotta tell you, it's just one of the best Super Mario. This is the best Super Mario Brothers game for the original Nintendo, in my personal opinion. Partly because I worked so hard to be able to get this particular game, But it's just such a complex game with a lot of moving pieces. It's amazing what you can do with it, and keep the game running. We break it in so many different ways, and yet the game somehow still manages to keep itself together. 98 lives, 99.
Nice. I remember my personal experience with this game was through the Game Boy Advance version, Super Mario Advance 4 SMB3, which we also just recently console verified.
Short work of him, and on to Bowser. Now you're going to see a route through here that occasionally is attempted in real-time runs, but is extremely risky. You've got to get a lot of speed. Everything has to go perfect to avoid that elevator and do this. I know, it's not fair. P speed there. And here we are with Bowser. Now, you don't actually have to make him sink. You can just do this. And time. All right. Well, we have rescued the princess, but we're going to do something kind of crazy. So, bear with me for just a half second here.
While he takes that half second, I have an amazing announcement to make of a $200 donation by Adamantinoi 17. Yes, this is amazing. And their little notification says, for the kids. And then we have another $20 donation by Chris W. saying, I wish TASBot would do my taxes. That puts our total at 5,400. I'm sorry, actually 5,000. Hold on, because that other one just came in. Yeah, $5,515.69 out of a goal of $7,500. If you want to donate, just like these other wonderful humans have, head over to twitch.tv/magfast. That's where you can find the link to donate, the updated schedule, and join in on the chat. If you can't donate monetarily, but you have a Twitch channel, and you can host us, that would be another great contribution. Spread the word of what we're doing here. Every penny we raise goes to Child's Play, organization that provides entertainment to children in hospitals around the world. Thank you for being here, and back to TASBot.
Thank you so much, Adamantois, for that. That was an awesome donation. Okay, tech team, bear with me. This is Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and time. Let me try that again. Okay.
It's a little bit precise on the timing here. Oh,
time.
Do you want to just do that like at least one more time?
I will do that at least one more time. Before I do, this is Super Mario Bros. 3 game end glitch in 00.002. I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah, 00.0022.
It's 0.22 seconds.
Yeah, it's so few. By 100th coin. This was originally pioneered by a couple of other folks a couple of years ago, but this is a run released technically in 2021. I get 2021, 2022. It's kind of, I believe it technically came out on the 1st.
Oh, okay.
So I believe this is our newest run of TASes through time. So let me do that one more time, just in case you blinked, which, I mean, you would. That's it. I mean, I know that looks like cheating, but this one does require 2 controller ports. What we're doing is taking advantage of a hardware bug, and I'm going to explain this as fast as I can because this is non-productive time. We're not actually playing a TAS. Also, this is on the Japanese version, hence the cartridge swap. Don't worry, I do have Super Mario Bros. 3 here. Everything's okay. So, what happened here is we pressed buttons in a way the game was not quite ready to handle. The original hardware had a hardware flaw where if you pressed buttons at the same time it was reading DPCM audio across the open bus, it would collide and you would get unexpected results. In order to combat that, every game had to compensate for this hardware issue. So they do it by reading the controller again. If it doesn't match, it throws away the first result and reads it again. And if it doesn't match, it throws away the first result and reads it again. And we just, keep it busy forever. Just constantly swapping the button presses every single time it reads. It needs 2 of them in the row to be the same, and we never allow it to do that. at which point a non-maskable interrupt comes in and hijacks the control of the game before the game is actually ready for it. It hasn't done all the housekeeping it needs to do. So it slides on a sled of no-ops that just happens to land right in memory where the controller port data is. And we conveniently place the, happens to be a 20 in front of it in opcode, which is jump to an absolute address. And the first controller port is the first part of the address, and the second controller port is the second part of the address. And the address we give it is the address to the end credits. So literally, you turn on the game, and it tells the console, or tells the game, jump to the end credits.
About
so it does.
14 or so frames later. Yep.
Yes, it is. So the input ends really early. The actual end happens about 14 frames later. We're going to stop on the Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3 runs to move on to the Super Nintendo. So, tech team, brief break while we do a hardware swap. We'll be right back with you.
Thanks, everyone.
I've been told yes. All right, folks, we are about to embark on the next phase of this. So the very first thing I need to do is delete everything, which sounds bad, but it's not so bad. We're going to turn the console off, run this delete script. What it'll do is it'll delete the first run.
It's very important for us when we're doing these tasks to make sure that the console and the cartridge are at a very specific startup state.
Correct. So what we just did was we deleted the first run. Oops. All right, give me just a second. There we go. All right, this run is going to be a very fun warps run of Super Mario World in 9 minutes and 57 seconds by Bruno Visnati and Amartacando. Amartacando?
Amartacando.
Oh my gosh, can you say that again?
Amartacando.
You are amazing. Okay, so this was made in 2015, and you're going to really enjoy some of the techniques in this one. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is a warps run. The goal is to beat this as fast as possible. Now, there are some strategies that have been developed in this task that have fed directly into real-time run attempts. I have watched Tina Hacks attempt these categories a few times, and I gotta tell you, this is not an easy game to speedrun. It's a surprisingly tricky game to speedrun, but this just makes it look like it's disgustingly easy. There's all kinds of techniques for shaving a couple of frames off here, a few seconds there. We grab Yoshi, even though he's not technically the fastest in many cases, but we need him for a few glitches later on, so we'll take him all the way through this level.
This run here is also not doing arbitrary code execution intentionally, I assume?
Well, it's not doing a specific class of arbitrary code execution. Like, watch this. Okay. By using Yoshi's tongue and interacting with objects in a certain way, we triggered the goalpost to trigger off of an early collision with, yeah, anyway, it's we're already starting the next level, so I don't have time. I told you this was going to happen. It is possible to do that jump as a human. I've tried it. It's not easy. What we're going to do next is set up a unique warp method. So every level has at least one location where the coin block of... How do I explain this? Where one of these blocks will coincide with a location that if you trigger it, will create wings for Yoshi, like that. Since you can duplicate those blocks, sometimes if it's close enough, you can trigger the wing exit, which is faster than completing the exit normally. The normal exit has a lot of fanfare, and the gold tape has to pop and all that stuff. Yeah, this just avoids all of it. Now this is going to trigger a completely different kind of exit. It's a Reznor exit. Yeah, I know. So I would describe this as memory corruption. It's not exactly complete arbitrary control. We're just influencing things. Now, we want to keep going past that castle. So the question might be, why the heck are we backtracking here? The goal is to get to Bowser as fast as possible. Well, the answer is we have to go here to do really dumb things. You're going to see what I mean. It's pretty silly. Also, we have a very unusual Yoshi as a result of stupid things that happened earlier. You would not normally have this Yoshi at this point in the game. Okay, pretty clean execution. The first time I ran this, I thought I broke it, because that happens. And I stopped, and I tried it again, and it happened again, and I was very puzzled what was going on. But while I was trying to check if I needed some different settings, I let it run a little longer, and then this happened. This is RTA viable. What happened is the death in the earlier level at the very specific location with the particular way they died set up an object stored in the box at the top where you normally have your extra items stored that when you touched it ended the level. And it takes a while to get through all of the castle destruction. So it does save time to backtrack all the way to the beginning of the level, die, go back to the castle, and then grab that item that ends it immediately. Ah, show off. Those graphics are awesomely corrupted.
And audio.
Yes, that was pretty gnarly. Now, this is a 60 hertz trick right here. If you can press left and right, basically back and forth, left and then right, left and then right, at 60 hertz, you can make Mario look like this. It's kind of like Schrodinger's cat or some kind of weird superposition.
Mario is both looking left and right at the same time.
Correct. So this gets a shell, among other things. Man, I wish I could do that. I said that a lot. But okay, so grabbing this key, and there you go. Ah, man, I wish I could do that consistently. It is possible, but it's very risky. So you got to get through the secret exit here, which is not too terribly difficult. Just got to get this P-switch there, and then go through the door off screen. So people have figured out that you can remove these blocks and do different things. I'm at a loss to explain what some of them are, but this one I think has a much more inspirational theme to it. Do it. I thought that was pretty crafty. Okay, these Star World runs were not easy. For me as a kid, these were really hard. You might notice that we hit continue and save. We don't actually need to save, but it's faster than going down to continue and not save, so why not? Okay, that's a cool glitch.
We take those.
Yep. Alright. This is laborious. You've got to take this Yoshi all the way to the other level. And if you get if you don't get there at the right time or things go wrong, he ends up eating your star, and it's just really annoying. But of course, we don't care, so we just play with the music. Anyway, I was talking over it, but yes, he was jumping or swimming at the exact same cadence as the music. And who needs that Yoshi anyway? We are really hard on Yoshis. To quote Grand Pooh Bear, Yoshi is, he's a tool. I don't know how to feel about this. I think I have conflicts because I personify Yoshi and I don't see him as a tool.
One of the hallmarks of the TAS videos submission and publication process is they look for that entertainment value where you're not just sitting around doing nothing when you have bare time where the game has to be doing a cutscene or something. If you can be doing something fun like making the sprite appear in 5 places, you might as well be doing that too.
Right.
As long as it's not slowing the game down.
Oh, gosh. That's so fast. And we are already there. So, now's a good time for donations, if we have any. It's interesting that that is the fastest route through. Okay, right there you saw some P-speed work. You can't quite get all the way through, but you can get all the way to here and get through much faster than having to wait all the way. And why bother turning the lights on?
So we just did get 2 donations in. One from Sophie Stedeth for $50. Always love watching the TASBot crew break a game wide open. And we have another one from Trendrek for $100. TASBot go brr.
Yes. By the way, the hitbox on here is really broken. So you note that they waited until the next one came out. That's because it saves time to carry this all the way through.
Playing with fire, TAS.
Very much so. And right there, he's still alive. Watch this. Oh. So you might notice that it turned the ball into a very strange broken graphic. So again, preserving a Koopa all the way into the next segment. Bam. It never gets old watching this. And that's actually it. Input already ended. So that's what we can do when we don't do arbitrary takeovers of the entire game. But what I'm going to play for you next is made by P4+2, Master June, and Mr. Wint. And you've possibly seen this before if you've been around a while. Turn this off. All right. We do have to do a del save really quick. Because like I say, we do have to clear out the contents of that first save slot. The other two don't seem to matter much. They're not much of a problem, but we do have to at least clear out this first slot. And then what we're going to do is this other run. This one's a lot more gnarly. It does some evil, evil things. So again, we're going to start the game right away. You can actually get control of Mario in this brief window when this message comes up. always found the wording to be really unusual on this message. All right, so similar to last time, we're going to play through the first level, but you're going to notice some distinct differences. First of all, a lot more backtracking, a lot more moving around in weird ways. Right here, watch the Yoshis carefully. Okay, did y'all follow that? Okay. Now, moving backward, eating the coin, grabbing this one in particular, trying to get into a fireball. These are all occupying various different sprite slots. There are a number of sprite slots in the object attribute map. You definitely want to watch the Dots Are Cool or Isofreeze, I believe is his new pronunciation of the name of his YouTube channel. Watch their YouTube channel for a really interesting exposition on what just happened there. And suddenly Yoshi's back. Hi! Do we have any Super Mario Bros. 1 players here? Okay, come on up. This is a very, very strange controller. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Oh gosh. Your bonus run is, surprisingly, a game of Super Mario 1 played by a random stranger. Hi, who are you?
Hi, I'm Metroid Master.
He's Metroid Master. He's not a random stranger. He actually knows this game. So it'll be a little bit funky. You'll notice the music is a little bit unusual. So what's fascinating is we are still playing Super Mario World, but we've put Super Mario Brothers inside of it. This was made by P4+2. We showed this at a GDQ a few years ago. How far do you want to take this?
I'll take the World War I.
Okay, all right. So listen to the sound effects and the music as we progress through this. It's really oddly mixed up. So it's playing the Super Mario World music. What's interesting is they mapped everything as in Super Mario All-Stars using the exact same memory locations as Super Mario World. So basically, Super Mario World came out first. They came out with Super Mario All-Stars, and they were lazy. They just used all of the same memory locations for all of these underground music tracks and things like that for Super Mario All-Stars. But if you don't bother putting the Mario All-Stars music in and you just use what's in Super Mario World, well, you get this. Think you can clear it? I know I can't.
I should be able to clear it. It's kind of parkour.
Parkour? Oh, everybody wants to parkour.
Okay.
Yeah, so in essence, what we had to do was send the way to reprogram the game to make it like Super Mario Bros. 1 over the controller ports to create the game
Right.
using arbitrary code execution.
I am not nearly talented enough to finish this on my own. So, unless there's another volunteer who wants to try this. What, you do? You do? Okay, come on up. Who do we have for the next segment? All right, what's your name?
Max.
All right, Max, give it a shot. See how it plays.
Mostly a Mega Man fan, but
No pressure, there are just about 1,000 people watching you.
Oh my.
well, guess you'll see me fail Mario.
So this is a fascinating example of what you can do. This game is completely playable. The original Super Nintendo hardware was developed with the intent of being able to play the original Nintendo's games, but, there's a big but here, virtually nothing ever used it, and they never released any cartridge adapters or anything like that. This is taking advantage of that ability in some sense, but we had to do quite a bit of tweaking. P4+2 had to rotate graphics and do all kinds of other crazy things in order to successfully get the Mario Bros. 1 graphics to appear correctly. But it plays completely right, down to the fact that there is a 21 frame rule. So if TASBot were still connected, we had a 1 in 21 chance of him being able to play the game himself. It didn't happen this time. I was not betting on it. So for everyone who donated for the TASBot bonus, I really appreciate you guys doing that. We're not just wasting time. This is actually a fascinating study in psychology, because your music is all wrong. You're hearing Super Mario World, but you're seeing Super Mario Brothers, and it seems to mess with people. You're doing pretty good. You're doing better than I could. Yeah. Hey, you're doing better than I would. So they said they mostly speedrun Mega Man games. In that case, you have my my sympathy. The controls here are definitely different. Well done. That was 8-1. Do you want to take on 8-2?
What?
You want to take on 8-2? Alrighty. Alright, do we have a volunteer for 8-3? I see 2 people. Let's see. I'm gonna pick the guy in the back. So you come up for 8-3.
That guy just decided he wanted to take off.
Oh, or maybe 8-2. We'll see. We'll see. I can't do 8-2, so I'm not gonna complain. You're doing way better than I would if I was on a stage with 1,000 people watching me. You know, no pressure or anything. Ooh, nice. Good strat.
I remember that.
You can even hear the fireworks sounds, by the way. Oh, that was not fair!
That was very strange.
Oh, that wasn't fair. All right, I think you deserve it. You got cheated.
I think I landed in like the 1 pixel.
Yeah.
All right.
I got pretty far out there.
All right, you got 1 chance. You got 1 life left. Well, Mario has 0 lives. You know. Good patience. Ooh, nice. Taking him out. Oh, he's going for the extended play. All right, let's see what Tech thinks about this. I was giving us until we ran out of lives, but he's got the pro strat there. Ooh, and he remembered where the mushroom was. Good.
The recovery.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Well done. That pet killed me so many times. Oh, just because you can. Delay stream commencing.
We didn't take that part out of the game when we reprogrammed it.
Yeah, everything is functional. Serious credit to P4+2 who did a lot of the hard lifting on this. Good strat.
Swag.
Oh! All right, who's next? All right, we got him. He's coming up.
Dwango saves it.
And Dwango with the save. Well, and who are you? Koss. Oh, nice. I played a character in DM named Koss. Oh, that wasn't fair. All right, you get 1 more chance. You get 1 more. Oh no, you don't.
Oh, the game over.
All right. We gave it a valiant effort. Thank you very much for you folks. We're going to take a brief pause while we switch to the next console. We have some Nintendo 64 action coming up next, so stay tuned.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all to your participation. Those of you who came out from the audience, this is terrific. Also, thank you every single one of you who are here. You're wearing your mask properly. I super appreciate it. I also super appreciate everyone who is here. If you can go ahead and donate to our great cause, which is Child's Play, you can go to twitch.tv/magFAST. That's where you can find the link to donate, as well as the current updated schedule. Guidebook is not updated. Just sharing that along. Anyone against the wall, if you can come in against the wall. However, do know, if you do not have a seat, you are likely to be asked to leave, because we have reached capacity. So if there are empty seats, please take one if you want to guarantee to stay. If you have any inclination to leave, we do have others who would love to come in and check it out. But again, I stress, if you are standing, you are not guaranteed to remain with us. And as much as I would love to have that, I've had staff already come and share with me that we're at capacity. So, thanks for being awesome. We're going to get right back to it.
All right, folks, if anyone does have to leave and you can't stick around, please do catch up after. When we are done with the next couple of runs, I will be out there in the hallway with TASBot. You're welcome to ask us questions at that time. We are going to switch over to Super Mario 64, and what we're going to be running next is a really fun one, because the whole theme of this is TASes through time. This is a really interesting run from 2007. All the way back in 2007. It is a 16-star run of Super Mario 64 in 15 minutes and 8 seconds by Swordless Link and Miditsu? Midjitsu. Hey, he got it right. He's my language specialist. I swear I went to school. Okay. Alrighty, we're going to kick this off in 3, 2, 1, go. Now, you might wonder why we're doing such an old run.
Me, Mario.
And here's the answer. The 16-star run shows so much more of the game than anything that has come recently, because we just skip over everything.
Yours truly.
But even in 2007, we had some pretty amazing strats. We had some really, really cool gameplay. So, obviously there's this long intro. If there are any other donations that have come in, feel free to read those now. All right, prepare for Mario to do some unusual maneuver. Even back in 2007, tool-assisted speedruns were using some pretty advanced techniques. I hope you like Yahoo! So there was a Lakitu skip from 2007. And instead of going to the first world like you'd expect, we're heading here first.
Go.
If I remember correctly, some of those names are still creating speedruns today, even though they started 15 years ago.
That's right, yeah. So the goal here is to get 16 stars in order to grab Mips. Mips the rabbit. And Mips is a fascinating name. It's named after the processor in the console. There are now newer strats to get this star quicker, but this was the strategy known in 2007. And it still looks amazing. A lot of times what you'll see is speedruns will build on each other. So techniques that you'll see here in this run are perfected in later runs. We're going to do another comparison run of the most recent update version of this. So this is going through all 16 stars in amazing fashion, by the way. That looked cool. But you'll see the progression over the years of how much things have changed since then. There's a lot of easy stars here, but there's some better pickings elsewhere in the game. So abandon that area, head down to here again, in order to get there very fast. Sometimes you have to go down to go up, folks. That That's an in-person MAGFest joke. Baby delivered.
Here we go!
The 120-star runs of these are fascinating.
Hey, go!
And that's that.
Here we go!
Just plummet to your doom.
Duango, is there anything happening here specific to the US release?
Well, we are on the US release.
Hey, go.
I believe this one was flexible enough it worked in both.
Interesting.
I think. I might be wrong on that one. But yes, this one was specific for the US release. So, there are some backward long jumps here.
Because I remember with the SMB3 total control we did, with that 0.2 second run, that latest one only works on the Japanese release of the game.
Right, which is why you saw me swap cartridges there.
And that was where the latest release of that improvement came from. The prior fastest one on the USA card was 0.3 seconds instead of 0.2 seconds.
Now, don't get me wrong, this is fast. I can't do it this fast. By getting the 8 coins here, that gets them an extra star for free, kind of. Because when you get this, you don't lose your progress. In this game, it is faster to not save. So you see, they will take the time to move over and say, don't save. Alright, Bowser, you are in trouble. So Mario was ready for the grab at the exact moment the key landed. Back in order to save and quit, because that warps you back here. All right, going down, will we go up again? Now we're actually going down for once. So that key allows us to get access to the basement. There's a couple of cheap, fast stars you can get here. And why not make it a little faster getting through the hallway? I hope you like the sound of Mario getting lit on fire.
Hey, go!
Taking damage to save time is a well-oiled strategy at this point. And it's fascinating seeing that back in 2007. I mean, think about the state of things in 2007. Like, this run came out then, and YouTube was still kind of funny about video encodes in 2007. The world was a different place in 2007, and yet this art came out. It's so fascinating seeing how awesome stuff has expanded over time and held up over time. I mean, this was made several years ago, and it's still entertaining to me. Perfectly done. So we are now at 8 out of 16 stars. We're at the halfway point. But because we're in the basement, we have access to several really fast stars.
Hey, go!
Yeah, I would say that too, Mario. Perfect. I love that. Is there anything you want to say about the TAS Videos community while we have an opportunity?
Nothing more than it's an absolutely amazing place to find people interested in these kinds of TASes, and The new URL for it, I believe, is tasvideos.org/live-chat. If you want to find a spot, it's also in the chat icon. If you go to tasvideos.org, you can find links to all of the Discord and IRC and all those related things to chat with the TAS Videos community live. And that community really focusing on the creation of TASes like this.
Right. The TAS Videos community is where the really hard work of creating these runs happens. Okay, watch this one. This one's fascinating. I love that one. So the TAS Videos folks create the tool-assisted speedruns on emulators using a very laborious process of using frame advance and save states to play through a game, abandoning any failed attempts and starting over as many times as necessary. There's a ton of effort that goes into it. I've made several tool-assisted speedruns of my own, and it's extremely labor-intensive.
And there's a whole scene in there of making emulators that we use to make these tool-assisted speedruns.
Very, very complicated stuff to get the emulators accurate. There was a panel talk we gave the TechHeaven 86, TechHeaven 83. Sorry, I looked at a 600. TechHeaven 83 did yesterday. You might want to check that out if you have any interest in the art of making emulators accurate. You'll find that talk. I think the panel talks are going up on MAGFest's YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. But you can also find the Twitch VOD if you want to catch it that way. But it's a very long topic. Okay, we got that free star from Toad. There's one more easy star in here, but we're at 13. Need to get to 16.
Here we go!
Getting there pretty quick. So the TAS Videos community is for creating tool-assisted speedruns. The TASBot community is where we work on replay devices to interface directly with hardware, pretending to be a real controller, or in the case of what TechHeaven 83 does, the work done to make things work on an original GameCube with a Game Boy player with a little bit of extra secret sauce. That's how the Game Boy Advance games work.
Yep. If anybody here has used Game Boy interface to play Game Boy Advance games on the Game Boy player with better video quality or better controller support, that same technology, Game Boy interface, can drive doing TASBot playback or console verification style playback on the Game Boy player. And that process is extremely robust. We've now verified over 50 Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the original Game Boy player hardware.
So we technically got 16 stars, but we didn't grab that one. We used MIPS to get through the doorway. And we're going to do that again here. And bam! That's why you needed MIPS, was to get through this door. Because that door stymied everyone for ages. But you have to advance the water, so we are going to get a 16th star from here. Now, this section is notoriously laggy. Although the music is just as beautiful as ever. Some camera positioning to try to avoid loading that sub any more than necessary.
The N64 is notorious for lag reduction strats like this, where we try to minimize looking at complex textures.
I still love that music. So that advances the water back so that we can get into the next Bowser area. And that's all the 16 stars we needed.
You'll see that same kind of thing in GoldenEye and Pokemon Snap speedruns, where you often have staring at the ground or staring at the sky.
And there you go. So this is the second Bowser fight.
Here we go!
Why not?
More of that entertainment factor, trying to align with the music.
So our next destination is the final level, but we have a lot of walking to get to there first. So save and quit to get back to the central lobby. Now we have the key that allows us to get here. So now we can go upstairs. But just go right through the wall, because why not?
For TASBot, walls are a suggestion.
Showing off. Nice. So take note of that. That was a really clean run for. If I was running that as a human, I would be very happy with that run. But just take note of the route that was used. We're not shaming you here, buddy. Very clean fight end. And that's it. Time on that one. Now, that was the state of the art in 2007. However, what I want to show you today is a run from 2021. This is our last run of the TAS block. This is Super Mario 64 one key for the Japanese version of the game in 4 minutes and 18 seconds by, do you want to try reading all these names?
Tyler Kane, MK Dasher, Sonic Packer, Snark, Silent Slayers, Gandhi, Iru, Tot, Plush, SM64 Expert, Dargos, Super Davo 0001, Isaac A, and Dabs.
A huge number of people put effort into what you were about to see. All right, I know that was an abrupt cutoff. I'm going to grab the correct cartridge here.
And Dwango, have we shown this at a event yet?
I don't believe so. This is from 2020.
This is the first
So you guys
marathon showing of the console verification of this TAS.
It is. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Now you're going to notice some distinct differences in routing and methods. The difference between 2007 and 2021 isn't just a huge number of additional authors. It's so many improvements and micro experiments that have led to different strategies. You'll note that this is run on the Japanese cartridge. That's because the text takes less time to show on the screen. So yes, technically it's a different game, but for the purposes of most of these speedrun type things, we usually are willing to accept that you can use things in different languages and things like that. A lot of games have them all in one cartridge and just you pick a different language, but in this case we're using just a cartridge. So, what you're going to see here is the same game, but with, a few more years worth of effort put into it.
By a few, 14 more years.
Yes. So first obvious route difference, going this way instead. To go here. The order of the day is definitely going to be backward long jumps. Also terrifying falls. Okay, so that was a glitch that got out this direction. So you can go through the door. Now we're in the... now we're down here. anytime you see the camera pointed in a particular place that looks kind of odd, it's deliberate for lag reduction. Okay. So, you've seen this level before, but I don't think you've seen it done quite this way. Some things are the same, this route is the same. But that's not. I thought you guys would appreciate the improvement that happened over the course of 14 years. So there's a key.
Is that why they call it one key?
Yep, that's the only
That's
key
what they
you
call
need.
it.
And of course, the same. That was all speed strats. That was to keep the camera locked on Mario so that it didn't zoom out and take more time. Okay, you remember the strategy last time for getting up these stairs? Well, it's a little different this time. And he actually stood still for a second. Yeah. And time.
Never gets old.
Once again, that was Nintendo 64, Super Mario 64 Japanese version. Japanese version, one key in 4 minutes and 18 seconds, 0.98 seconds by
Tyler Kane, MK Dasher, Sonic Packer, Snark, Silent Slayers, Gandhi, Hiru, Tot, Plush, SM64 Expert, Dargos, Super Davo 0001, Isaac A, and Dabs.
I am Dwango AC. This is
Ty Kevin 83.
We are so happy to have been able to show you this. Come on by discord.tas.bot. Join our Discord server. There's some amazing folks there. If you want to know more about tool-assisted speedruns, go to tasvideos.org. Thank you so much. This concludes our block.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Yes, give it up for Dwango and TASBot. Thank you so much for joining us. Watching TASBot runs is always such a joy, even for someone who knows nothing about speedrunning. All right, everyone. So as a reminder, you can donate to Child's Play through our campaign at twitch.tv/magfast. The link is in the description to our donation page that has the donation incentives and some decisions to be made. We hit our first couple goals, $2,500, and then raised that to $5,000, smashed that also. Let's try to go for $7,500 this weekend. Right now, we're at $5,665.69. If you can't donate, spread the word. Thank you, everyone who's come in person and also is tuning in on our Twitch channel. Share our link, post us on your own channel. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Up next... Yep. Up next, we have Skunky48 bringing us Steel Assault and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We'll be taking a break now. Everybody, hydrate.